I am Mitch Capps, and I'll be focusing on global meat consumption, its environmental impacts, and possible solutions to the issues surrounding meat consumption. Searching for a potential sustainable future with regards to meat consumption will prove incredibly useful in the coming years, as we are now looking to reduce our consumption of fossil fuels as a nation and as a species. Not only does meat production use excess water, land, nutrients, and other precious resources, but there are many factors of meat production that result in the emission of various greenhouse gases, mainly carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and methane. Eating higher on the food chain uses energy inefficiently, so a large part of my research will focus on sustainable alternatives to meat. Beyond that, I will spend the better portion of the next 2 weeks researching the waste associated with meat consumption and production, the disadvantages of a meat-based diet, the processes utilized to produce meat and its consequences, and the changes humans can and should make to reduce their footprint. So far, I have 3 peer-reviewed journals picked out to help synthesize useful data. These journals include Rising Consumption of Meat and Milk in Developing Countries Has Created a New Food Revolution, which is a study that provides crucial information on meat consumption outside the developed nations we primarily focus on. Food Choices, Health and Environment, Effects of Cutting Europe's Meat and Dairy Intake, which is a case study focusing on Europe's developed nations for contrast with the first journal, and Red Meat Consumption and Mortality, results from 2 prospective cohort studies, a journal which will provide useful information on why it is beneficial to the individual to reduce meat consumption. Additionally, I found a web article from the Organic Consumers Association called Eating Fossil Fuels, Industrial Agriculture and Energy Consumption, which details the detriments attached to meat production and consumption. It is no mystery that the production and consumption of meat is a luxury humanity can't afford to exploit in the sustainable future, so I'm looking forward to gathering and analyzing information that can be used to persuade others to cut down on their inefficient habits. This is not to dissuade everyone from eating meat altogether, but to enlighten whoever sees my project, and hopefully persuade them to make any sort of change in their diets, as every little bit helps. This issue is very important to me, as I have been making a conscious effort to cut down on my family's meat consumption to do our part to reduce our ecological footprint. The collected data will be synthesized into a presentation similar to this one, except with a more professional touch. Hopefully, after I'm done with my project, everyone will want to enjoy their meat like I do, a little more rare.